my name is Lamar Riddick. I'm from Morgantown, West Virginia. Just want to say thank you for having me. It's just been such a journey to be here, and I just hope you enjoy the message and everything that I bring to you all. Thank you for your time and your service, most importantly. So I'm ready to go. If we want to go ahead and start the track, and let's do it.
My name is Eric Jordan, and I'm the program coordinator for the Center for Black Culture and Research.
My name is Marjorie Fuller. I'm the director of the Center for Black Culture and Research here at WVU.
I'm Sergeant First Class Kyra Dorn. I am from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am a musician in the Army.
My name is Lieutenant Quentin Dorn. I am in the Maryland Army National Guard, and I am a finance officer.
My name is Nicholas Feemster, go by the stage name Nico Feem, and I'm actually from Southern Maryland, which is from a town called Waldorf. Small city, about 20-25 minutes south of DC.
All right, so my name is Sergeant First Class Brian Hari. I'm a recruiter for the U.S. Army and the Army Reserve, working here in Morgantown.
Sergeant First Class Joseph Krystolowski. I'm the station commander of Morgantown Army Recruiting Station.
So I am Mark Wallace, and I am a graduate assistant with the WVU bands.
My name is Lamar Riddick. I am the program assistant for the West Virginia University School of Music, as well as the CEO, owner of Revive Collective Music, Revive Collective Apparel, and Hip Hop on High Street. And I am a Christian hip hop artist. I will be, along with my boy Nicholas Feemster, one of the first of two hip hop artists in the United States military, more specifically the Army.
Lamar is amazing, and just his drive, his work ethic, and his belief of self, and it's very impressive. I'm very impressed with Lamar.
Well, I was on leave, vacation, and I seen the email come through, and obviously I can get email on my phone, and I have processed individuals for the band before, but they've never made it to the audition for one reason or another. But I was surprised, the Army's moving more towards the way society is today. And with having that position open, I mean, it was honestly surprising to me that someone in my area was actually auditioning for that.
Lamar's a great guy, really easy to work with. He's the program assistant for the bands, so we interact pretty frequently. When we need to order things and take care of logistics and whatnot. He's the go-to guy for that, and he does an excellent job of it.
Well, I've seen Lamar pursue his dream, without really ever compromising his values. He lives his values through his work, and he's never really forgotten who he is or why he's doing all of this, and I really admire that about him.
So yeah, that was a really interesting conversation, because I remember Dr. Tobias mentioned to Lamar that the Army Field Band in Maryland was hiring a hip hop artist, and knowing how difficult it is to get a position with a premier band, I was like, I know Lamar's really good, but the odds, not great. It's just statistically speaking, not that I didn't have confidence in him, but and I said, hey, if it doesn't work out, would you be interested in joining 249th as a percussionist? And he kind of was like, I don't know, I'll think about it, see what happens. But lo and behold, he went out there and crushed the audition, and now he's the first hip hop artist in military history, and couldn't be happier for him.
I recruited somebody out of when I was stationed in Madison, Wisconsin. I had a gentleman come in to process with the band, and the process, you have to do a video interview. You send in like a YouTube video or a DVD of your audition, and if they like the audition, if they're interested, then they will respond and they will let the person know to get in touch with the recruiter.
How you doing? My name is Lamar Riddick, originally from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, currently residing in Morgantown, West Virginia. Why should I be considered for the hip hop artist position with the Army Field Band? There's a lot of reasons. I think the biggest reason is because hip hop and music is what I've been called to do since the age of 12. I grew up in a small town in North Carolina where we didn't have much, we didn't have many opportunities, but God still brought me an opportunity to do music, whether that was performing arts, whether it was dancing, singing in high school, rapping. I played sports, but hip hop has always stuck with me.
From the 954, 754, wanna know where I been like Pinto. W on my mind, stay West Virginia, to my state, Javon Dino. So I found my wife, like Nemo, had to put my exes in line, that's bingo. Do what I do for the people, gotta stay woke, cappuccino.
After they got selected, listen, my wife was on pins and needles the whole day. When I tell you she was so torn, she didn't know what to expect, you know what I'm saying? She had no clue. She wanted both of them to be selected. And by the grace of God, they both were, right? And so the excitement of them getting selected, like, listen, they were staying a mile away, right? At the hotel around about a mile away. You know what I'm saying? So they came over, and the energy we got, me and my wife had a chance to tell them, like, yo, this is how the military is, this is what you expect. But I think they were both so talented and both so excited, and I think they have the potential to make a difference in the military.
So when receiving the packets, we received over 90 submissions. And with going through the videos, I immediately was drawn to Lamar's and Nico's videos. Lamar, because he tailored his music to working out, which is very much on brand for the Army, and his confidence, and it really did shine. And he showed that he could play drums and that he was multi-talented and that he really knew music. For Nico, he did like an Army song, which was just very on brand for what we're looking for. And I think I just knew immediately with looking at both of their packets that it was gonna be a problem.
So my experience so far with, I guess, the Army in general has been very eye-opening. I learned a lot. So one of the conversations I've had with other people is just about how you think the military and the Army in general is just people out there fighting. But when you actually get to experience and you get to meet a lot of these people, they're normal. They're just like you, they're just like me. And they're simply there doing a job to help provide for themselves, and they're just doing it serving the country. And that was one of the biggest differences for me, was being able to actually see and humanize the military, I think. And this experience definitely helped me do that.
My experience applying for the hip hop artist position in the Army, man, it was very interesting. Everything worked smoothly. There were no hiccups, no holdups. I felt like God was really in this, and that's what gave me the confidence to continue forward. It started off with me finding out about it through my boss here at WVU, from a Facebook ad that he found, and just exploring it from that point, submitting video footage and getting invited to Maryland to perform in front of all the officers. And man, it just felt like, it's so hard to explain, man. It was just so fun. It was just so fun to go through that process. So yeah, I would never it was never a dull moment.
So the audition process, it's so crazy because I almost didn't know what was going to happen. So throughout the entire process, it started in April, and we didn't get to actually audition until I think it was August. It was August, I believe, or was it September? No, it was August. Definitely the beginning of August, yeah. So through the whole entire process, I'm literally just doing the best I can. I did my audition tape. We had to do 2 of them actually before we even got to physically audition. And I remember for me, I was like, I have no idea what the talent pool looks like. I'm just gonna, which might have been a good thing, I was able to kind of just lock in, figure out what I do best, and then just kind of take it from there. But when we showed up physically, and then I realized it actually came down to, I think, 6 of us total, and then they auditioned all of us separately, and I thought it was very interesting that we also auditioned in a way where we couldn't actually hear what the other artists sounded like, which definitely was just like you just kind of feel like you're just out here, like you have no idea what's going on. But I think it was a benefit to kind of do it that way too, though, because it allowed you to just kind of focus on yourself, what you bring to the table, and not worry so much about what your competition, so to speak, was. So,
man, when I met Nick, it was at the audition. We were the last 6 that got selected for the position to audition, you know, and we was all down there, you know, cheering each other on. Me and Nick were kind of freestyling with some of the other guys, and as it dwindled down, you know, to us being the final 2, it's like we just got even closer as friends, you know, and we realized like, wow, like one of us is going to be the first in this position, and we were just encouraging each other. We were, you know, just getting to know each other on a friendship level and as an artist level. But Nick's a great guy, man. Very humble, very driven. Me and him are very, you know, common in a lot of different ways. And so it was cool. I knew that I was gonna have a friend for life. We both knew that we was gonna have friends for life, whether one of us got it or not, but turns out we both got it, so.
So yeah, essentially, you know, here we are, and I couldn't be more happy and proud that I applied for it, because I think that this was not only the right decision, but the destined decision. Because one of the thoughts I haven't told anybody yet is when I was in the interview for the audition process, I kind of realized how everything I'd been through, whether I liked it or not, or was comfortable with it or not, came full circle for that one moment. You know, there were times where I was wondering, like, why am I continuing to do this? You know, why am I waiting tables? Why am I making jingles? Why am I writing advertising campaigns? Like, I don't want to do this stuff at all. And I was sick of struggling and feeling like I'm so good at something that just isn't reaping any reward. And when I was in that audition process, it was just like, dang, like all those experiences, you could literally list each one, at least to me, that led to my ability to survive the audition and be able to be in the position that me and Lamar both are in today.
Yeah, I think the way that this job is going to impact me is more freedom, man. You know, I love working here at WVU. I love it. But being an assistant at a desk is not my dream job, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. And now I get to do it full time. You know, when I come home, there's my wife, there's music. When I go to work, there's my friends and there's music that I can partake in and have creative control to a certain extent, and always bettering my craft. Whether I'm writing for the Army or not, I'm still sharpening my pen. You know, no matter what battle I'm in, the sword is getting sharper. So I think that's something I'm definitely looking forward to, because it's one thing to have to go to work, there's another thing to want to go. And I'm finally looking forward to wanting to go to work every day, doing what God has put inside of me to do. And I think for my music career outside of the Army too, is gonna help. The new area I'll be in, the DMV area, is really receptive to the music that I do. So it's a chance to build a bigger fan base, to reach out to churches, youth groups, communities. It's just so many things that I'm ready for.